Tonight we are going to be talking about an exciting conversation. We are going to have an exciting conversation, which I feel already feel it. And that we are going to like it. We are going to be talking about how youth can rightfully promote patriotism. That's why tonight in PACIS TV studio, I'm going to be with the expert. Are you an expert? No? Say it. Say it. Yes, that's why actually I'm going to be with Christina Ndong. Christina Ndong, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You are fine?
Yes, fine, thank you.
Do you have only two names?
Yes, just two names.
But this is not African. This is not African. What's the meaning of Ndong?
No, actually, I didn't find out the meaning, but I'll do a research when I get home.
Yeah, is it, which language is that?
I'm Cyril by tribe.
From where?
From the Gambia.
Good. Yeah, so I hope people from Gambia are now watching you. Say something to them in their local language, in their motherland.
Okay, to my fellow Gambians, Malena New.
Malaniu. Malaniu. Timidis, how are you?
I greet you all.
I greet you all.
Yes.
Okay, okay. And the special greetings goes to?
To my family back home.
Back home. You don't say it in that language, motherland.
Okay. Temange jotali nuyo suma wakir ak suma andi jamay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thanks so much, Christina Ndong.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are going also to be in this conversation. We are going to be also with Jane Young. This sounds like Chinese. Yeah. Jane, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. So, Young, is it African?
Of course it is African.
From which part of the continent?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Igwe. Yeah, they said that as Christian did, please take time to send special greetings to your family, to your relatives, and.
What if I don't know how to speak the language properly? Okay.
Right.
Do.
That's
Yeah.
been.
It's like well done. I'm
Oh.
greeting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks so much, and I really have to thank you for accepting my invitation to come over here so that we can just discuss about how youth can rightfully promote patriotism. And if I start, if you allow, can I start from you? What does patriotism mean to the today's youth?
Okay, patriotism simply means love for country, love for self, and love for people of that country. So how and what we do to show that we love our country shows that we are patriotic citizens of that nation.
Is that complete?
It
Yeah.
is. It is. I feel like we see it as fighting or protecting our country. Okay, defending it, doing.
Excuse me. Yeah, the topic is how can youth rightfully promote patriotism? Do you think if we remove the word rightfully, the topic would be enough? In other words, why should we be talking how can youth rightfully promote patriotism? The word rightfully, why?
Rightfully, because sometimes we the youth, we think we know a lot, and we may be doing something thinking it's right, but it's not right. So I think the question is trying to like scope out the term rightful, to be sure that we are doing it the right way. That's right. That's right. It is.
Oh yeah, good. What do you think those who are watching now should understand by right way, like Jim said, right way? What is that right way? That the youth should be promote. How youth should promote the patriotism in the right way.
In the right way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that the right way, the country's values that we uphold, okay, and how we accept our current situation as a nation and how we work together without causing harm to our fellow citizens to achieve a common goal. I believe that is a right way to actively promote patriotism as a youth.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jane, why is it important for young people to be involved in promoting patriotism?
Well, I feel if we do not get involved in promoting patriotism, that means it dies with whatever generation that had left it. So when we continue to do what is right for the country, follow the values, the core cultures, it goes from generations to generations. I feel that's why we should do that.
That's why you should be involved
Yes.
in promoting patriotism. But you said, I like how you said we. Okay, I like that. But you, like you said, are you ready?
I am. If I don't tell people about my country, Nigeria, how will people know about it? People will only bring up assumptions due to what they see on social media, but it's left for me, a citizen, to come out and say it's not like this. I am the citizen. I am the one who knows what goes on. So this is how it is. So if we, as the youths, don't come out and speak up, then people will come up with their own assumptions. So yeah, that's why I say we.
Good. Again, I'm still about this. You said you are ready and you must be involved, but you don't have time, apparently. You study, you work.
Well, I'm
on
not.
social media.
I'm not studying for myself alone. I'm studying for also to be able to pour back into my country. You see, I'm doing education, and one way or the other, with the knowledge I've obtained here, I can go back to my own country and pour it out. It's not just for myself. So I'm being a patriot from this particular dimension.
You agree with that?
Yes, I do agree. I believe that if we participate as youths in patriotism, it gives us a sense of belonging, a sense of identity, identifying with the country, the beliefs of that country, and it also gives us a sense of responsibility, and it instills in us the pride for national pride. Okay, that is why youths have to participate. If you're proud of your country, then you're willing to go the extra mile to promote and to participate in nation development.
Again, as I bring back this question, are you ready?
Yes.
But I didn't hear you saying we. So that's why I want you, from your own words, say we, as young people, are ready and must be involved.
Okay, I can't categorically speak for all youths.
Yes.
Okay, but I can say I, on my own part, I am ready. And by my actions and what I portray out there, I believe I can also influence other youths to take part and become the voice of change in the nation.
According to what you see or what you experience in your daily life, are they ready? You are here, you can speak on your own, but your colleagues, what do you see? What do you experience? Are they ready?
I believe majority of us out there are ready to do whatever it takes to
remember to do it
in the rightful
right
way.
Yes.
To do whatever it takes in the rightful way to promote patriotism towards nation development. Yes.
Jen.
What's the question? If I am ready? Of course I am.
Yeah, like I said, you are you are ready. But I'm asking you about your colleagues, what you see or what you experience in these African countries. are the youth. Let's focus on the Generation Z. Are they ready? Or let's just consider this as just the task for the old people like you.
Not really.
Yes, we have to build for the future generation.
That's true.
Mhm.
I feel like Christiana said, majority of the youths are ready. But I feel that sometimes the youths are not given the opportunity to. The older ones, like you, may see us as not up to the task sometimes. So I feel if we are able to give them this opportunity to express, I believe that the youths are ready.
Wonderful. Then how do you think young people today view patriotism differently from previous generation?
Previous generations, we've seen heroes that would lay down their lives for the country to see change. But today, I feel youths are more concentrated on
Social media.
yes, social media and voicing out their concerns
Via social media.
via social media about what they feel isn't going right and giving constructive criticism towards the government offices. Yeah.
Jen, do you think just expressing yourself or just claiming your rights, defending your rights via social media is really the right way? I'm still...
It's one of the right ways.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I guess social media is the medium to reach 1,000 millions of audiences, you see. So I guess it's one of the right ways to be able to portray that you are a good patriot.
So if we are to organize another topic about just right ways or right medium to promote patriotism, social media should be one of them.
Yes, one of the ways.
So we should be encouraging young people to just use social media to...
Not just use. It's one of the ways. There
Alright.
are other ways, you see. So it's one of the ways.
Okay, then according to you, what is your just view?
On the older
young
people and the
today,
younger ones.
view patriotism differently from the previous generations.
Yes. So you see, the older generations, to be a patriot, they have to go for this, to go as a soldier, go in the army, to serve their country. But it's not as necessary in this generation, this Gen Z generation.
Yes.
You're free. You can go out and speak out in a conference, on the news, just as we're doing right now, to speak about your country, and you're doing the right thing.
Wow, and Christina, do you have some examples of youth-led patriotic initiatives? Somewhere you said looking at how things happened in the continent or in the world. Can you give us some examples?
Okay. Of recent, we've seen things like environmental sustainability, where youths are actively participating in things that promote climate change, like tree planting, waste management through recycling. And we've also seen this thing called the Youth Connect, which empowers youths with different skills from different backgrounds, where they come together and connect, share ideas, share skills, and help to empower each other.
Jen, according to my research findings, you study, am I right?
Yes.
You study. Then how do you think, just what are some ways, can you share with us some ways that young people can promote patriotism in their schools and communities?
I guess one of the ways that we can promote it is putting up with, let's say, this cultural activities in your school, where you allow each citizens of a nation to express and talk about their country, talk about their core values, talk about their languages, their culture, and all of that.
You agree with that?
Yes, I
Feel
do.
free to say that I disagree.
Actually,
Yes, no?
I do agree. It's one of the ways you can promote patriotism in a school setting, and not just the display of cultural beliefs or practices. You can also bring in civic education, where children or students can be educated about their rights as citizens of that country and their role and responsibility, the part they play in national development.
These days, it is not possible to talk about youth without social media or technologies. It is not possible to talk about social media or technologies without youth. So they are intertwined. Am I right?
That's true.
Clap for me. Yeah, then I'm coming back. I want to take you back to the previous question about social media and the role it could just play in what you are discussing now. So, Jane, how can social media be used effectively and ethically? We are coming back to what we said in the right way. Yeah, so how can social media be used effectively and ethically, to promote patriotism among youth? You know, we were talking about communities in the schools, but these days social media is also another community. It's just another world we are living in. No, you are living in. I'm not you. So how do you think just the social media can be used to effectively and ethically promote patriotism?
For example, right
I
here,
like
what
that.
we are doing,
Mhm.
we're also promoting patriotism. I'm talking about my country, and we're talking about all of that.
That's
And
fine.
that's the talk show. Talk shows on social media for people to bring in youths, bring in the older generations to just exchange ideas and all of that. Also, I feel like we could do this online debates, friendly debates. You know, people, when you say debates, they want to challenge each other and show which is better and all of that. But friendly debates, just to be able to express and know about the other person's knowledge about this particular thing.
Yeah, partially convinced. So please help me to be fully convinced.
Okay, but apart from the debates and dialogues that she mentioned, we can use social media platforms to teach about the country's values, the national symbols, like the national anthem. We can teach about the history of that country. It edifies the youths. Don't be surprised we have youths that claim to be Gambian by nationality, but they don't have the values of that country. Okay? They don't know the symbols, they don't know the meanings of those symbols, they don't know the historic background of the country. So social media can be a way of educating other youths to be able to know more about their country.
Yeah, there's something I want to ask you. You said, is it you, Jane? You said that in schools they organize a kind of cultural activities. It's you. Jane. Jane, what role do you think that arts can play? I mean, the culture play in fostering fostering a sense of patriotism among young people.
Why are you asking
Was it
me?
you?
It was
Or-
me, yes, but
good.
I feel like you're jumping her to come to me, but okay. So, I think, well, you see, I don't know about other celebrities, but in my country, Nigeria, you see where when it's maybe National Day or Independence Day, where the artists come out and they make a song.
When is Independence Day in Nigeria?
1st of August. October.
Oh yeah.
1st October, yes, before I forget. So, yes, and then the celebrities, they come out and they
Tell me. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
they come out and talk about their country. They sing songs, and not just country. Sometimes they also sing about Africa. That's one way that we can portray this using the social media, arts and culture.
You say Nigerian. I remember one day someone told me that I look like a Nigerian. Is that correct?
It depends.
Yes. Now, let's look. According to you, how do you understand this? Is it really that arts or these cultural activities can be used to foster, you see, fostering the sense of promoting patriotism? Is that correct?
Yes.
According to what you experienced, we are now talking by experience.
Yes, I believe that it's key in promoting, okay, because we have national museums in countries, and what you see portrayed there is work of art. It's the history of the country portrayed through work of art. So not just the music aspect, but our history as a country can be painted in those pictures, and they can be used to preserve the memory and the culture of that country.
Just between brackets, you can now watch PACIS TV from every single corner of the world. Just invite those who are watching now to come to Gambia. Give just like 3 or 2 places, nice places that they can visit. You know, in Rwanda you can visit gorilla, mountain gorillas. You can visit Nyungwe. You can visit a lot of. So, but for Gambia, just between brackets, it's a technical break.
Okay, so I'd encourage you to come to the Gambia because one, we have very nice and welcoming people. That is why it's called the Smiling Coast of Africa.
Smiling Coast of Africa.
Yes.
Gambia, that's Gambia.
And we have beautiful beaches. Yes.
Oh wow. For free of charge?
Yes, for free of charge. Yes, I'm very sure.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Nigeria, of course. Hi everyone. I invite you formally to Nigeria. If you want to have the best delicacies in Africa, you should come there. Because I love food. Come.
Yeah, actually, thank you so much. Though I call this technical break, but it's also part of patriotism because you have to invite the people to come to visit your country.
Sure.
And if you don't know any of those nice places, you are not a patriotic person.
That's true.
So thanks so much for being patriotic. Now, let's look at the ethical considerations. How can young people promote patriotism in a way that is inclusive and respectful of diverse backgrounds? Interesting.
So one way to promote patriotism in a respectful and inclusive way is to first embrace and acknowledge differences. Differences in the society. We live in countries where you have different cultures, different ethnicities with different beliefs and how they do their things. Okay, so if you embrace that, find a common ground and find something you believe in. Okay, we might be from different tribes, but our goal is to see a better tomorrow, a tomorrow that when the next generation comes, it will be worth inheriting. So that is a common ground we should look at and then put aside our individual differences and work towards that goal. If we embrace everybody as they are, we see them as humans, not Mandinka, not Wolof, okay?
Mandinka, Wolf.
Yes, we see them as Gambians, okay? Gambians with a particular goal to see a better tomorrow. Yes. So,
in other words, it's like saying, actually, do you know about Rwanda? Amroda? No. Okay. Good. Thank you. Jane, I was reading your mind. You want to add something, but before you get there, we are now talking about serious issues ethical, because somewhere you helped us to understand well the word rightfully and why we used it in this topic in our today's conversation. You said, if we allow me to quote you, said in the right way. So ethics has something to do with that. Okay, you agree with me?
Yes, sure.
All right. Now I want you to just give us, some ethical changes you think youth might face while they are promoting patriotism.
Well, I'm going to take instances I see on social media. You know, trying to do the right thing doesn't mean there will not be opposers. I see people talking about their country, the background, how they survived before independence and all of that. But then the challenge here is there are some people, watchers, looking for faults, trying to show how what you said is wrong and what you said should be said this way. So I feel the challenge are those opposers. There will always be people opposing your knowledge, opposing you on a particular knowledge that you have. I feel that's one challenge that people face, trying to be a patriot. That's the challenge.
Before I come to you, do you have something to add or to change? Feel free.
Not to change. Not to change, but to add on to that. I feel that the youths of today are not well represented in the right offices. Okay? And I feel they're not heard.
Their voices are not heard.
They are not heard.
So
From
that's why
their own perspective.
They prefer social media, so that social media can
voice out. Yes, they are not heard. And I feel if youths are given the chance to actively hold responsible roles that would make change, then I believe that the voice of the youths would be heard one way or the other.
Jenny, you know what? Actually, the first time I called Christina, she wanted to back out. Right? But I don't know why, because we have a good, insightful experience and thoughts, opinion. Thank you. So why you wanted, at the first time you wanted to back out? Why?
I guess it's because it's the first time and I was anxious.
This is for the next next conversation. But what I wanted to ask you, I know you are part of a choir, Catholic choir, right? You still going there?
I do, but
yes,
I skip some days.
Yeah, some days. That is normal. But there is the reason why I'm asking you this. Can you give us some strategies or the way you think youth can use to address these challenges?
One of these challenges is for youths to be on the. One of the ways to solve these challenges, it's for youths to be on the same page. Unity in voice. Okay. And if there's unity in voice and they aim towards the same thing, there will be change. Okay. And I believe this should start at the base, community level, with their peers, the places they mingle, and things like that. I can go on social media and rant out, but the people around me, my fellow youths, we are not on the same page. So I'd advise that we go to base. We go to the base, we do community work, we make sure we sensitize other youths that don't have this sense of identity with the country. Educate them about their roles and responsibilities as citizens and also their rights as citizens. And then from there, we can gradually see change.
I remember early when we were starting our conversation, we were trying to find the right words to define the word rightfully. You said, I really like how you said that it is, yeah, you agreed with Jane that it's when we do things in the right way according to the customs and values of the country. But you didn't mention values of Christian values.
Yes.
I see you every time in a church. But why? Don't you think the church values? I don't know. I'm not just putting what's into your mouth. So, do you think Christian values can play a role in this endeavors?
They can. Okay. Values.
So then, why did you wait for me to remind you?
Okay, when I said values, I meant from home, because these values are inculcated in us from the beginning. Okay, you don't just wake up and be a Christian. It's because you've been born into the family. You've been trained on the values of the social values, and then the values that govern the church. Okay, and if you look from the Christian perspective, it's a bit similar to what we inculcate in our children. Okay, the Bible says, don't steal. Your mother at home will also teach you not to steal. And with that in mind, when you grow up, you won't be a corrupt leader. Okay, so the values are vast. It cuts across from religious values to the social ethics our parents inculcate in us.
I've never seen Jane. Maybe you used to go there before I was born. You just help to understand this. I've never seen you in the church, Catholic church, right? Or you go there online, or you watch mass online, because PACIS TV every time broadcast the live mass on TV. Maybe you attend the mass virtually, right? Because I've never seen you in the church. But anyway, do you think Christian values can play a role in helping someone to cope with these challenges or to address these challenges?
Sure.
Are you
Yeah,
Christian?
I do agree with what Christian
Are you Christian?
I'm a
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, because even the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. So I feel like all those values, rules, and regulations that have been set out for each citizen to follow are from the base, and the base is the Christian values. Just like she said, they said, do not steal. The Bible says do not steal. But then you put it out there as the citizens to follow, that if you steal, theft, or taking something that is not yours, you have to face the custom, you have to face all those rules and all that. The people who break it, you have to face the police. So I think they're being collected little by little. It's just together. Sure. And as she says, if you follow this, it helps to shape you to be a better leader when you want to be maybe in the democratic or stuff like that. Sure.
Yeah, Christian, I told you, again, I don't know why you wanted to back out today. Because I like your ideas, they are bright. I like when you said that the community and they have to start from the base, the community at community level. I totally agree with you. So this means that actually the community members, our friends, may play a role. Yeah, for any person, any young person to promote patriotism. Do you agree? Then how do you choose your friends? So, okay, family, friends, siblings, you are not involved in the selection process, in recruitment, but you can recruit your friends. How do you select your friends? To make sure that at the end you are promoting the patriotism in the right way, according to Jane.
Okay. So how to select your friends it's simple, it's not simple.
Give us an example, but experience, by experience,
Yes. Okay, so
Don't give us theories.
I have my own beliefs.
All right.
I have my own values. Okay. We go out, we meet different people. okay? And from those interactions we have, then we determine if we want to move forward with that relationship into a strong bond of friendship. If we meet today, for say, I have beliefs that I don't insult people, but you're a very vulgar person, okay? that what's the right word? That doesn't identify with my own values, okay? I believe in respect and respect for all, okay? But if you're a vulgar person with no respect for anybody, then I don't think I can maintain a relationship with you, because it won't sit right. There will always be clashes, and you might be somehow judgmental, okay, which is not right, okay? So that's one way to select your friends. Are your values in line with theirs? Okay. Are they going to portray a good image, a good family image, a good country image outside? Because if you go out, what you portray shows where you come from. Okay, so make sure your values are in line with the people you associate. Okay, and if you have the opportunity to encounter people that seem to be going off in the community, off track, value-wise, and they give you a listening ear, then I guess you can also help to put them on track.
Oh yeah, Jane. Oh, yeah. Do you have something to add?
Yeah, I'm just going to add a few points to what you said, I think. As we know that evil communication corrupts good manners. So the way I select my friends is, are we having a mutual understanding, or do we see things alike? I wouldn't be the person that say I am a person that respects the elderly ones, and then you are a person that doesn't care as long as it's not your father or your mother. So you have defined respect to be just someone who gave birth to you, while I have described it as it's a general thing. Even the younger ones you respect. As they say that respect is a reciprocal, you have to respect someone and to receive it in turn. It is earned. It's not something you just say, you respect me. No, it is earned. So I feel like that particular way is the way I can try to get friends. Yeah, our beliefs, are they mutual? What I believe is what you believe. We don't have to end up fighting because I believe you should respect this elderly lady. And then you're like, do you understand? We have to be mutual on that.
Yes, I already said that actually you are not involved in selecting your brother, your sister, your siblings, your dad, your mom. You are not involved in the selection process. But like you said, the schools and the communities, we have full rights to choose who to work with or to sit with or talk to. Yeah, if you were to select the best friend or the good friends, how can schools and the communities support youth in their efforts to promote patriotism?
Sure.
Why? You have many friends? Yes, because you study, you work, you go to church, you have a lot of friends. So help us to understand this. Schools and the communities, yeah.
Oh, I think one of the ways is accepting the diversities. Yes, we are diverse. A school, for example, that feels like everybody, for example, not to take any offense, everybody must be a Rwandan. So you treat everyone as someone from the Rwandan community. It's only going to push out the others because they also have their beliefs. So in order for you to foster this, you must accept everyone despite their diversities. Yeah.
Yes, Christian. Tiana. Actually, this is the nickname. Is it your nickname or?
My grandma calls me Tiana.
Tiana. Yes. How can schools and the communities support youth in their efforts to promote patriotism?
Okay, now at community level, which starts from the family, one way to promote is to raise children that are law-abiding. Okay? Law-abiding in the sense that don't litter the ground. The simple things that govern the rules of the nation. Don't litter. Okay? Don't insult. Don't look down on others. Those important values at community level can help to foster that. Now at school level, to support this initiative of promoting patriotism, we can expose the children to take up leadership roles. Like I remember when we were younger in nursery school and there was independence celebration, the school would celebrate, because we were very young to go for the march past, the school would hold a special independence celebration for us, where children were chosen to imitate prominent members in the society, like the president, the president's wife. We'll choose National Assembly members, and we would sing the national anthem and do a little march past, and we will portray soldiers. That's one way schools can help to support promoting patriotism. In that way, you're teaching them about the country, okay, and the important rules that help to govern the country.
Yes, we said that youth, young people are ready. We said how communities, schools, the surroundings can help them to make sure that they promote patriotism. But how can you say? Now let me say it in this way: how can young people ensure their efforts to promote patriotism have a lasting impact?
Like I said, start from the base. To make an impact, you have to start from home. Start within the community. Interact with the community. Get to know the community, the diverse beliefs and practices. And then you can start from there. That's a starting point. Okay. I belong to a community where I notice people litter, and then it blocks the drainage. When it rains, there's flood. Okay? From there, I can sensitize my community. I can tell them that there are various ways in which we can recycle this waste. Okay? And we can also create initiatives like making bins, street bins, and encourage them to put those dirt in the bin. Yes, and with the recycling aspect, it can create empowerment for the youths that are out there within the community level that are not participating in one way or the other towards national development.
Jane, I'm sorry, she's next to me. She sits next to me, that's why I'm asking a lot of questions. But are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Yes, how can parents, educators, and community leaders support youth in these efforts?
For the parents, I feel they should be the backbone to their children. So you see, children, the youths, no matter how old you are, we tend to learn by observing. We don't learn by saying, you do this, you do this. We learn by seeing what you do. So the parents can take up this role by exhibiting these features that you want your children to have. And then the other aspect is the community. Is it the community? Sure. They can also, the government, the leaders, everyone that is in charge can be able to listen to these younger ones when they bring in initiatives, when they bring in innovations. They can be able to help promote patriotism in the country.
Yeah. educators, parents, definitely they need to play a role.
They do. They do have an important role to play. In the school setting, we have sets of rules and regulations where to follow as youths. Okay. But as educators and leaders governing that school, are we also modeling the rules we're asking the children to follow? Okay. Wherever you find yourself as a leader, you should be an example so that the people behind you can follow. If the school rule says don't come late, but my teacher is always coming late, what example is the teacher teaching? If the school says don't litter, but when my teacher eats, he throws it out anyhow. Okay, what example are you setting for that? So I think one way to promote patriotism is through role modeling. Okay, practice what you preach.
And I actually forgot about the church. And the church, you think, does something to do with this?
The church, it does. Because youths go to church. Okay, youths go to church, and we can educate them using the Bible. Okay, there's a scripture in Proverbs that says, teach the child when they're young, so when they grow old, they don't deviate. Okay, through the Sunday schools, we can teach the Bible and then relate them to real life experiences that we go through daily. Like the 10 Commandments, that's a perfect example from the Bible to help model these children to become good patriots tomorrow with the leader and in the country, sorry.
Okay. Jane, you really agree with Christian that the church has something to do with this?
Thank you. If not the biggest, because they're the closest to run to. You don't have to pay to go to church, but to see some ministers, to have the knowledge from them, you have to go through a lot. So I feel like since it's the easiest way for this youth to meet with someone, I feel the pastors, the owners of the church, the elders should be able to cultivate this habit of helping, standing for them, being a role model, and all of that.
Christiana, what are the long-term benefits of youth engagement in promoting patriotism for the society as a whole?
The long-term benefits of participating is that the values of the country don't die. Okay. When youths participate, as I said earlier, they feel a sense of responsibility. And if I'm held responsible, or if I feel I am responsible for a certain thing, I would give it my all. So the long run is creating responsible youths that would govern the nation tomorrow.
Yes, Jane, what advice would you give to young people who want to promote patriotism in their own countries?
We want to, or we should?
The two.
No, that's so,
okay, wait. What should or want?
I think everybody should participate in promoting patriotism, but we find out that it's just a handful that are willing to do what it takes to promote it. Yes. So.
Yeah. So now we have
you have to be willing to do it.
To do it. Okay, now we have the answer.
Yes.
So now what the advice would you give to the one who should?
Well, my advice is, okay, so I know a little, I'm not so, what's the knowledgeable about my country, but I know an amount about my country because my forefathers didn't stop with their knowledge. They shared. They told my mother, and my mother told me. So my advice is to keep spreading this core values. Teach us whoever you want to, but teaching, not trying to prove that the country is better than the other countries. That is now two different things. Being a patriot is different. Being a nationalist is another thing. So portray your good culture. Show them that you are great. Don't try to deviate their thoughts from what the social media says and all of that, just to make sure that the people understand who a true citizen is of the country.
Yeah, Christina, do you think this is enough? Do you have something to add or to change?
She said a lot, which is very good advice. But
oh, good.
The last thing I'd have to add is, wherever you are, uphold your values. Because you represent a lot of people without you knowing. When you're out there, you don't just represent yourself. You represent a whole nation. You represent your family and what you believe in. Yes, so be a good role model. Be the voice of change. Advocate for change and always practice what you preach. So that when you stand out there to speak, people listen. Okay? I can't claim to be a patriot when I'm out in the streets, fighting, causing commotion, littering the country, and things like that. Okay? So if I tell people, if I go to Jane and I say, Jane, this is a way to be a patriot. Don't litter the country, pay your taxes, vote when it's time for election. But is Christiana doing it? No. So what do you expect Jane to do? Okay, so just practice what you preach.
You said something very important. What do you think about these young people who do it during the riots or yeah?
I think causing damage is not actually the right way. Yes, because we can have peaceful protests. Okay, we can go out there with our microphones and our banners and voice out our concerns without causing damage to the country. Because if you light tires, it causes potholes on the roads. The government has to provide funds to fix that. If we damage buildings, money has to be used to fix them. So I don't think violence is the right way to solve problems. Okay? We can have amicable dialogues where you can voice out your concerns and people would respond in the right way. And then channel your concerns to the right path. Okay. I am a citizen at this level. Okay. I can't just jump and say I want to go to the president's office and report my matter. There are right channels to pass through, and then you'll be heard. Okay, but I think peaceful protest is more advisable than the riots, because lives are lost. You go out and you claim you're voicing out your concern, but in turn you lose your life. People get injured. So I don't think as youths it's wise enough to engage in violence or in the name of patriotism.
But Jean, don't you think that if others are busy marching peacefully, voicing out their concerns, if you go in a shop, then you break the window, you take milk, you are starving, so you take a milk, you drink, then you get strength to voice out your concerns. Don't you think it is just the right thing to do?
No, that's not the right thing to do.
Why?
Because you're breaking into someone's shop. It's not yours. That's stealing. So why would you go there? If you need, you ask. If you're not giving, you move to someone else. One way or the other, you get what you want instead of breaking someone's house.
But many people, young people, are jobless. So they don't have a job. They don't have money.
I know.
But others are working. They have shops. They have money.
When we say this jobless part, I feel like, okay, yes, some people are jobless, yes, but I feel that the youth sometimes don't want to engage their hands. They have this thoughts that this is what I want to do. If I don't do this particular thing, then no other occupation is good for me. So that's one advice I can give to you: to get your hands busy. There are a lot of people who have a lot of talents, but yet they want to sit in the office and wait for the CEO to say, okay, you're now the managing director, but you're good with crocheting and all of those stuff. Engage that, and in the future you can be whoever you want, but start with what you have. Yeah.
Wow. I still have a lot of questions. Though at the time I said questions to Christiana, she wanted to back out because of the long list of questions. So with this we come to the end of our conversation, but although I still have a lot to ask, I like the way you just speaking like experts in what we are talking about tonight. So anyway, let's just conclude our conversation by here. I like the advice, the piece of advice you shared. It is good. I think youth, young people, wherever you are watching PACIS TV from, I think you got best advice. So if you want to promote peace in the right way, you will reach far. So I want to thank you, but before I completely conclude this conversation, I want to ask you any other interesting topic you want to discuss next time. You are expert. Not to come back. Yeah. Okay, we'll share this in WhatsApp.
No problem.
Okay. Anyway, this was a direct way of inviting you next time. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation. So, thank you, Tiana.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Jane. Thanks so much for accepting my invitation. And also on your behalf, I want to thank the audience for for choosing PACIS TV and spending this time, 50 minutes, watching PACIS TV. It's a great gift. Thanks so much. But also I remind those who are watching without, those who didn't subscribe, please take some seconds and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, because we are going to do it. Stay blessed. See you next time.